fast you guys want?
Maybe a little slow.
A little slower? A little slower?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
All right, everyone, if you could please get in your seats. We're about to get started. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thank you for sharing your time with us today. My name is Stevie Chakwa-Chakwazi, and I represent the College of Medicine as president of the class of 2028.
Hello, my name is Dante Whitmire, and I am the vice president of the Norton College of Medicine class of 2028.
Hello, everyone. My name is Safa Nadeem. I'm the class president of the PA Physician Assistant class of 2026.
And thank you all for joining us here today. I'm Tariq Martin. I am the class president of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program, class of 2027.
And now to start us off, here are a few words of welcome for Dr. Mantaj Dwan, the president of SUNY Upstate Medical University. Please give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to this special ceremony where we remember, honor, and celebrate some very special people who made extraordinary gifts. An especially warm welcome to the families, loved ones, friends. You're now a valued part of our family, Upstate family, and we thank you for being here today. Today we remember some truly remarkable people, the rare few who gift their body. It is also a gift of their self. in an entirely selfless manner. No acknowledgement needed, absolutely nothing expected back in return. It is truly an exceptional gift. I so vividly remember the first time I received my gift, the moment I first touched the body, my first contact with my teacher and mentor. Over the past 50 years since then, I've had many personal, emotional, touching moments with patients, but none was the same as that first moment when I touched my teacher. That was truly a sacred moment, a moment that has been my guide, a moment that eloquently and insistently spoke to the essentials of the healing arts, to respect, to care for, to cherish the person in front of you, to be agnostic to who they are, to see our work as a calling and each moment as sacred. So how do we say thank you for a gift so precious? Please join me as we all look up at these wonderful souls, recognize them, and then bow our heads in prayer and gratitude and say thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dwan, for those words. Next, we have Reverend Dr. Therese Howington, Chaplain Department of Spirit Care at Upstate University Hospital.
Let us take a moment to be still. Let us breathe in gratitude, to breathe out reverence, to breathe in gratitude, and to breathe out reverence. Today, I'm wearing a stole that represents the tree of life. As we gather today beneath the image of the tree of life, an ancient and universal symbol found in many cultures and traditions, it reminds us of the deep interconnection between all living beings and cycles of life, learning, and renewal. Its roots reach deep into the earth, grounding us to remember of those who gave of themselves in a final, profound act of generosity. We honor these individuals whose gifts have become the foundation for healing, education, and understanding. Its trunk stands firm, bearing the weight of courage and compassion of families who have shared in this gift and of communities shaped by it. Its branches stretch to the sky, reminding us of growth, of the knowledge nurtured in the classrooms and in laboratories, of the lives saved and improved by what has been learned, and of the spirit of giving that continues to reach beyond a single moment in time. Today, may we be inspired by the tree of life, to live with compassion, to learn with humility, and to carry forward the legacy of those we honor today. May peace be upon their memory and their light continue to shine throughout all they do. We do. Amen. So may it be. Let it be so. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. Now please welcome Dr. Lawrence Chin, Dean of the College of Medicine.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really my honor to be with all of you today in recognition and appreciation of the gift that your loved ones have given to us, our school, our students. The anatomy program is not just a program of learning about names of body parts. That is a large part of it. But it is also a place where we learn new techniques and we study new methods of healing the body. And it isn't just something that you do in your first year of your program, but you come back to it in later years and even after you've finished school. And so truly it is this gift that continues giving. And for that, I can say nothing more than thank you. You may know that in aviation, the people on board a plane are called souls, so we say souls on board. And as with many aviation traditions, it comes from a maritime tradition. And there are many possible explanations, but one of them is that it's a acknowledgement, a respect for the living people on a vessel. And truly we are all living souls on this vessel, or this planet, Earth, on a journey through the universe. And I think that reverence that we give to those who are living is really exemplified by the gift that we're celebrating today, because it's not just the bodies that have been given as a gift, but truly the souls as well. And I think it's the souls that we keep with us and that we remember. And for that, I'm truly grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chen. So we're now going to welcome to the stage Ryan Burns for his musical rendition of ILY by Surf Mesa.
Thank you, Ryan, for that wonderful rendition of ILY. For our next performance, we have a poem called Gone From My Sight by Henry Van Dyke, and it's going to be read by Lanny Freshman.
Good afternoon. I am really honored to be amongst you. I have a connection to everybody here. First of all, to the medical students. In another century, actually, in another millennium, I was a medical student here and then did my pediatric residency here as well. And at the end of my career, I taught for 3 or 4 years in the practice of medicine course as well. And as far as my relationship to the families and friends, last year I sat kind of halfway in the back on this side as my wife was one of the honorees for her donation. I shouldn't have any trouble reading this, but I might, so bear with me for that. I'm standing upon the seashore. A ship at my side spreads her white sails to the moving breeze and starts for the open ocean. She is an object of beauty and strength. I stand and watch her until, at length, she hangs like a speck of white cloud just where the sea and the sky come to mingle with each other. Then someone at my side says, "There, she is gone." Gone where? Gone from my sight, that is all. She is still as large in mast, hull, and spar as she was when she left my side. And she is still just as able to carry her load of living freight to its destined port. Her diminished size is in me, not in her. And just then when someone says, "There, she is gone," there are other eyes watching her come and other voices ready to take up the glad shout, "Here she comes," and that is dying.
Thank you, Lanny, for sharing such a beautiful poem. I now welcome to the stage Chiz Nizako and Jacob Chaco to perform Blackbird by the Beatles.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise.
Now please welcome to the stage Ruth Hart, an Upstate Medical University alum, for a reflection.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very pleased to have been invited to share with you a reflection from a clinician's point of view. I'm proud to say that I am an alumna of Upstate Medical University and have had the privilege of practicing emergency medicine for close to 40 years in this community. Before I proceed with my reflection, I would just like to acknowledge a very special person out in the audience today who was my anatomy teacher over 40 years ago, Dr. Barry Berg. My words today are specifically addressed to the students that are present. It is a special moment when the study of anatomy moves from the classroom and the experience of dissection and is finally applied to a real patient with a real problem. It is this application of what you have learned in anatomy to the clinical setting that will enable you to make an accurate diagnosis and get people better. The people we remember today made the experience of human dissection and the trove of knowledge it offers possible for you. As I pondered what these people were like who so generously donated their bodies, I found a few features which I believe they all shared. First, I think they were all astute investors with great foresight. They anticipated a yield on their initial investment that would far exceed any of Wall Street's wildest dreams. They invested in you. In the course of my lifetime, I could expect to have approximately 100,000 patient encounters. Based on this number, multiplied by the numbers of students here this afternoon and the students that they will eventually teach, we come up with the astounding number of greater than 20 million possible patient encounters. What a tremendous yield. By participating in your education as a cornerstone in your basic science program, they are a small but essential part of the knowledge base that will make you great healers. What greater satisfaction could these people have that knowing that the good they did for you would lead to you doing good for so many other people? The second feature I believe these people had in common is that they were exemplary lessons in humility. In an age when appearances mean so much, they were willing to have strangers see them in stark, unadorned nakedness. Considering how much appearances count, that vanity can sometimes rule our lives, that much of a society is on a diet in the never-ending battle to be beautifully starved to perfection, this magnanimous gift is a true model of generosity of spirit on the part of these people. They gave permission for you to probe their innermost selves and in many ways come to know them better perhaps than the spouse they were married to for 50 years. You saw what the most high-definition CT, MRI, or PET scan could only partially view. In the last months, you experienced a totally unique kind of human intimacy, starting as strangers, but ending up with the other being so significant. You were the last person to hold their hand. The third feature I believe these people shared is that they were all optimists. They had a vision of the future and hoped for a better world. They believed that education would lead to this better world, that medical research would come up with the answers, and the healthcare providers that their bodies trained would become great healers. The fourth attribute I believe these people shared was the ability to love unconditionally. Probably the most basic human need that we all share is to be loved for who we are with no strings attached. You have been the recipients of an incredible gift based on this kind of love. There were no stipulations on what you had to be like to deserve their donation. They loved the idea of your training to be a physician, physical therapist, or physician assistant, and just your being here and dedicating your lives to medicine was enough for them. As part of this unconditional love, there was no specification of what you had to do in return. I was thinking, what would these people ask of you or expect from you as some token of thanks on your part? Perhaps the man who died from alcohol-related cirrhosis would ask you to find a warm place to sleep and food for the destitute drunk who shows up in the ER. Maybe he would ask you not to get too caught up in checking liver function tests and forget to get someone in AA or alcohol rehab. Most importantly, he would ask you to help people believe in themselves. The man who died of emphysema would ask you to spend time educating your patients, especially young people, about the dangers of tobacco and vaping. Years ago, when he started smoking, he had no idea that this seemingly benign habit would lead to such suffering. He would remind you that a doctor's advice is one reason people are finally able to quit. It may take repeated efforts, but gentle persistence can pay off. The woman with breast cancer would want to remind you to be sure to do routine health maintenance and screening exams and tests like mammograms, pap smears, and vaccinations. She would want you to pay attention to the small details that keep people healthy. The little old lady who died of old age would want to admit that she had been lying to her doctor all those years. Whenever he noticed the multiple black and blue marks, she would just laugh and say how clumsy she was. He never asked, and she was too ashamed and embarrassed to admit that domestic violence was the cause. This lady would ask you to be sensitive to all forms of abuse and help the victims help themselves. The 40-year-old travel agent who died just 48 hours after her son's third birthday planned hundreds of vacations for others to Disney World, but she never got the chance to take her son to the Magic Kingdom. She would tell you to enjoy every day, not wait for that perfect vacation, that sometimes you need to work as hard at playing as you work at working. She would tell you that on the great carnival cruise of life, that when you hear the music and ponder whether to sit it out or dance, get up and dance. The man who seems so much younger than the others, who died suddenly from a massive heart attack, would want to remind you that life is fragile, that things don't always add up, that bad things happen to good people. His wife would want you to remember him not as the guy who died with the bad heart, but as the person who lived with a full heart. She would want you to know that he loved life and lived every day to the full. You didn't know it then, but he was a family practice doctor. He was compassionate, patient, and had a good word to say about everyone. His wife recalls when they were dating in medical school, half joking, half serious, he said he wanted to donate his body to science. She remembered this at the time of his death, despite her ambivalence about that decision of his. He would tell you that you will struggle with the why of suffering and it will be very lonely. That when your patient is dying and no drugs or technology will help, never underestimate the power of your presence. That you will know from the look in their eyes that your just being there is what is most needed. Finally, I'd like to close with a description of the other feature that these people shared. They were special creatures who randomly came into your lives and through their presence brought enlightenment and knowledge. This also happens to be the definition of an angel. I suggest in the years to come that you always pay very close attention to the patient right in front of you. Obese, rich, neonate, thin, poor, undocumented, geriatric, demented, scholarly, lonely, unkempt, pregnant, beautiful, schizophrenic. For you never know when you may have another angel at your table. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Hart, for those words. For our next performance, we have Ariana Barles, Jacob Chaco, and Eric Choi performing a rendition of 1,000 Years by Christina Perry.
Beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away what's standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. One step closer. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more.
Thank you, Ariana, Jacob, and Eric for that wonderful performance. Next, we have a family reflection from Dr. Lindsay Jubelt.
Good afternoon. I'm not on the program. I think we were a little bit absorbed in our grief and we're slow to respond to emails, so thanks for letting me be a part of it. My name is Dr. Lindsay Jubelt, and I'm here on behalf of my father, Dr. Burke Jubelt, who was a professor and physician here at Upstate for 30 years. And it is an honor to be here with you all today. I want to start by just saying thank you to the families here today, to the students who honor these gifts, and to the faculty and staff who hold this tradition sacred with care. Today, we remember people we loved, parents, siblings, partners, colleagues, friends, who even in death chose to give. Their bodies became part of something bigger. They are our silent teachers, helping our students learn, helping all of us remember at this time that generosity and service have the power to ripple well beyond our time. For those of you whose loved ones made this donation, but who may not have experienced firsthand what it means to someone in training to become a medical professional, I'd like to share a little bit about that. 20 years ago, I followed in my father's footsteps and became a medical student. Walking into the anatomy lab for the first time, I can't even give you in words what that feels like, is truly crossing a threshold. You change from learning about science and medicine in books into the feeling of being a professional, where you are trusted with the care of another human being. And that trust begins with the learning from someone who has given everything so that you can understand the human body as it truly is. But as you've heard from some of the other speakers today, Anatomy Lab doesn't just teach you about the body, and I know Dr. Burke has taught this for years. As students, we learn that behind every body is a person. And it is our responsibility to respect and learn from that gift. Anatomy Lab teaches you humility. It teaches you responsibility. And it is the first moment where that calling of medicine feels real. I never expected that years later, one of those silent teachers would be my own father. My dad, Dr. Burke Jubelt, was a neurologist, a scientist, a master diagnostician, and a lifelong educator. He trained hundreds of students, residents, fellows, and scientists here at Upstate. He also mentored and coached peers. He had a quiet way of listening deeply and then helping others find their way through a challenge without ever taking the spotlight. His colleagues respected him for his clarity, for his kindness, and for his unwavering commitment to excellent patient care. Thank you for Dr. Cross for being here and telling me that today. He worked long hours, tirelessly, methodically. My brother, who is here today, Matthew Jubelt, and I knew where to find him from a very young age. We had memorized his office number where he saw patients. We had memorized his lab phone number. We knew his beeper number, and if we couldn't reach him in any of those, we could find him in our house up in his study, answering resident phone calls with the questions they had, or diligently writing a paper or finishing those notes in Epic. He did this to make sure his patients got the very best care. They trusted him not just for his knowledge, but because they felt safe with him, and they felt heard. My dad was an amazing physician, and he was equally dedicated to his science. Through decades of change at this university, he kept his lab alive and strong. He reminded others that science and discovery were essential to the mission of medicine and to this university. When he moved across the country from Chicago to Upstate, he drove his polio virus samples with him in the back of the car, packed in dry ice, so he could continue his research at his new institution. He worked in polio and then moved on to ALS and then to MS, where he had a mouse lab where he had figured out how to cure those mice of MS. And then he was awarded toward the end of his life a major grant from the New York Stem Cell Foundation, pursuing this cure in humans. And he was just on the cusp. He knew he was just there when he was taken away by dementia. My dad was dedicated to his science, to solving its puzzles, and to making a difference in the world. He brought that same spirit to our family. A few years ago, he helped my niece, Willa, who's here in the audience, for her science fair project on the brain. He went to school with her, even bringing real brain samples to help her present it to her peers. That memory of him encouraging the next generation is something my family will always hold close. But for me, as his daughter, he was the person I called late at night during residency when I felt stuck, and even after training, when I was with a patient and I didn't know what to do. He was the person I called. His approach wasn't to simply give answers, although he had them all, but instead he helped me think what questions I should ask, what else to consider, and how to stay calm and focused. He was and will always be my best teacher. So when I learned that his body would go on to teach students here, it felt so fitting. Teaching didn't end for him at the end of the day, and it turns out it didn't even end at the end of his life. So the students who are here, you are holding the final lesson of a life lived in full, a body that once danced, sang, hugged, and walked through storms. A person who chose to give you this incredible opportunity to learn and to care for others. And to the families that are here, thank you. It is not a small thing, this gift. I hope you feel pride and comfort knowing that your loved ones are still helping others to grow. Their impact continues. May we all carry forward their curiosity, their humility, and their spirit of service. I love you, Dad. You will always be the physician I hope to be, my best teacher, the best scientist I know. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those beautiful words, Dr. Jubelt. Next, we have a poem called What Life Should Be, written by Pat Fleming, and it's going to be read by Tariq Martin.
What life should be. To learn while still a child what this life is meant to be. To know it goes beyond myself. It's so much more than me. To overcome the tragedies, to survive the hardest times, to face those moments filled with pain, and still manage to be kind. To fight for those who can't themselves, to always share my light. With those who wander in the dark, to love with all my might. To still stand up with courage, though standing on my own. To still get up and face each day, even when I feel alone. To try to understand the ones that no one cares to know, and make them feel some value when the world has let them go. To be an anchor, strong and true, that person loyal to the end, to be a constant source of hope to my family and my friends. To live a life of decency, to share my heart and soul, to always say I'm sorry when I've harmed both friend and foe. To be proud of whom I've tried to be in this life I chose to live. To make the most of every day by giving all that I can give. To me, that's what this life should be. To me, that's what it's for. To take what God has given me and make it so much more. To live a life that matters, to be someone of great worth, to love and be loved in return, and make my mark on earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Tariq. I would like to welcome Ashley Gantz for a musical interlude of Si me ver avec des ailes by Victor Hugo and Ronaldo Hahn.
Can you restart that? Sorry. Sorry, guys. Mes vers fuiraient tous effrayés vers votre jardin si beau. Si mes vers avaient
Thank you, Ashley, for such a wonderful performance. Now we would like to invite Amber Butler to the stage for her plaque presentation.
I feel extremely honored that my quote was selected for this year's plaque. The quote states, "You are our first patient and our greatest teacher. We are forever indebted to you for the immeasurable knowledge you have entrusted us to uphold and share." I was inspired by the plaques that hang outside of our anatomy lab that we would read and admire each day. They served as a powerful reminder of the incredible gift we were given as they honor the donors who entrusted us. The magnitude of these gifts can easily be missed as the days of learning and studying begin to mesh together, but these plaques ensure we remember why and how we are able to provide for others. Saying these donors were our first patient brings to the light the knowledge we will carry forever. There are few things in life that last forever, but the gift of this knowledge, graciously given, is something that will transcend all of our lives. These gracious gifts have shaped our learning in ways that words can hardly express, and for that, we all thank you. Sorry. Now, I present this plaque to Dr. Mahela, the Director of Anatomical Gift Program at Upstate Medical University, to be displayed in the anatomy facilities.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you, students of medicine, students of physical therapy, and physician assistant students, for your thankful words, thoughts, and feelings that are captured in this plaque. The plaque is going to be posted in the anatomy laboratory facilities together with all the others from previous years. Thank you.
Next, we have another musical interlude by Christine Safin, and she will be performing Keep You Safe by Lindsay Ray.
If you ever lose your way and everything is out of place, I'll be there to make it all okay. To keep you safe. Anywhere the river flows, any way the trade wind blows, you don't have to face it on your own. For you.
Thank you, Christine. I'll now welcome back Dr. Mihaela for the closing remarks.
On behalf of SUNY Upstate Medical University Anatomical Gift Program, we want to express our deeply appreciation for our donors, who in that have served the living. Each of the donors, by their final compassionate gift, has participated in a great educational endeavor. Each had the courage and the concern for the future, which motivated them to become great humanitarians who have assisted so valuable in our teaching and research programs. We honor their memory and acknowledge their generosity. This service intends to reflect our gratitude and respect for all the donors to the Anatomical Gift Program and our deep appreciation for the compassion and support of their families and friends. What links together these people, the hallmark that they share, is that they were altruistic givers throughout their life. They gave their final gift to serve to the education of future healthcare professionals and to advance knowledge and science. Hundreds of students enrolled each year in the program of medicine, physician assistant, and physical therapy have been able to learn the intricate details of the human body in a very special way through our donor's gift. Any one of us who teach or learn human anatomy know that no textbook, no computer program, and no model can replace or come even close to replicating the experience and the knowledge derived from studying on a human body. The human body has been for ages the greatest teacher we have had. There is no better way to humbly develop the respect for the temple that is the living human body, and it is the living human body that we would like to serve the best. Besides our students, resident physicians in training are able to practice and learn new procedures that are being developed at an accelerated pace every day. Our researchers are benefiting as well as they can develop and apply their discoveries on the human body prior to implementing there in a safe way to treat patients. We all are the ultimate beneficiaries of your loved one's gift, because all of us, directly or indirectly, at one time in our lives, have been or will be touched by the actions of well-educated, knowledgeable health professionals, and we will benefit from the advances of science and technology. This service is a small token of appreciation that the students, the teachers, the larger family of Upstate Medical University is bringing to honor your loved ones. Thank you very much for sharing this Saturday with us.
Thank you for the inspiring words, Dr. Mihaela. I'd now like to welcome back Reverend Dr. Therese Howington, who will recite the benediction.
Let us pray. Dear Holy One, we thank you for what our eyes have seen, our ears have heard, and our hearts have experienced. As we prepare to go forth from this moment of reflection, we carry with us the quiet strength of those we have honored. May their generosity continue to echo in every life touched, every lesson learned, and every act of healing yet to come. May we walk forward with deeper gratitude, renewed purpose, and a commitment to compassion, holding sacred the gift of life and the profound offering of those who gave in death that others might live, learn, and grow. Let their memories be a blessing. Let their legacy be a light. And may peace follow us as we continue to the work they made possible. Amen. So may it be.
Thank you, Reverend. We thank you all very much for coming here today and honoring and celebrating each and every one of your loved ones and their gift to our medical education.
Also, a special thank you to Andrew Kim, Eric Choi, Kenny Chu, and Melody Sun for their prelude and postlude, and also our student performers and volunteers and all of the faculty who made this ceremony possible today.
Again, thank you, everyone. And now please join us in the lobby of Eggers Hall. It's adjacent to the chapel for refreshments. And the student volunteers in the white coats, they'll be all around to assist everyone. Thank you again.